G'day folks, this is the 19HW Quadcopter with foldable arms and a 0.3 megapixel camera from RC Moments. And while the weather hasn't been too kind to allow me to do a test flight, I can certainly do an auto takeoff. Check it out, I just press the button and there it is. Beautiful. G'day folks, I'm Aussie Mark. Thanks very much for stopping by this video. And as you can see today, I've got this great new quad that's just arrived, and courtesy of RC Moments. So thank you so much to RC Moments for supplying this for review. You can see that it's a folding quad. Basically, let's have a look at it. I'll just put the transmitter out of the way first. And let's take a good close look. So the folding arms are nice and easy to pull out, and they click into place. As you can see, you can probably hear that too. And you can also see then that it has those folding props as well, which is I think a real godsend in allowing, if you do actually have to bump into something, hit a tree or something, you're less likely to damage your props because they'll just fold away. Okay, so if we have a look at the drone itself, that's what it looks like on the top. Pretty sweet looking drone. You've got the start stop button on the top up there. We'll turn it around, and as you can see, it's got a camera. This is a 0.3 megapixel camera. And it is also available in a 2 megapixel version for just another, I think it's at the moment, it's just another $6 extra, and you get the 2 meg camera. The camera can be pointed all the way down. As you can see, you can set it wherever you want. So that works really well. If we move around, not much to see on the side there. On the back, we have the battery bay. Now, unfortunately, it is a proprietary battery, so we just pull that out of there when I can get it right. There we go. And I'll tip it upside down, press and pull. There we go. Okay, so as you can see, it is a proprietary battery. It's a 3.7 volt, so that's a single cell. It's an 800 milliamp battery, basically. And if you have a close look, you can see right there is where you charge the battery. It takes about 40 minutes to charge, and it's telling me it gets about 5 to 8 minute flight out of this one. So it's not a great distance flyer, but when you consider the price of this one, I think it's pretty good value for money. It comes with a USB cable, of course, so you just plug that in there, normal USB outlet, and away you go. 40 minutes and you've got a charge. So you just pop that one back in there, and it just clicks into place. So that's basically what it looks like. Underneath here you can see the Wi-Fi cable. Hopefully you can see that just there. Wi-Fi cable sticking out, so it's Wi-Fi compatible as well. So and you can actually fly this not only with the remote control that comes with it, but also with your phone. So that's the drone itself. Now let's, it also comes, of course, can't forget to mention that it comes with a little screwdriver if you do need to take any of the components apart or replace the props, and there are 2 extra props in the bag as well. So let's have a look at the controller itself. I think this is an interesting looking controller. It looks quite small, but it's actually quite functional. In my hands, it fits quite nicely. Feels good to use, and you can see from the fact that this one here is spring loaded that it has altitude hold. So let's look at all of the components. Now, while those 2 flip ups there look like they're great aerials, they are in fact just for decoration, do make it look actually quite good. So we've got the on-off switch there, of course, your normal throttle positions. So we've also got trim buttons, top and bottom, there and there. And we also have return to home key and headless mode. So that'll bring it back home where you need. If you lose orientation, just press that and it should come back to you with no dramas. Headless mode, for those of you who don't know, of course, is the where basically no matter which way the drone is pointing, if you tell it to go forward, it will go forward. It'll go away from you and come back towards you, and left and right, no matter which way it's pointing. So for beginners, that's quite good. I don't use headless mode myself, but I think that's a very valid feature to have, as most of them do have. On the top, we've got our buttons. On this side, we have rates. So if you listen, whoops, helps if you turn it on. So in this one, we've got, that's rate 2, that's rate 1, rate 3, 2, 1, oops, that's 2 again, 3, 1. Just be careful, so as you can see, that's easy to tell when where the rates are. The button on the back here is for taking photos, short press for photo, long press for video. I must say I haven't quite figured out that one yet. It does take great photos and video via the camera app, which we'll show you shortly. And then on this side, we've got emergency stop button on the front here, and then on the back we have, well, they call it the 3D roll, but obviously that's the flip button. So you press that one down, pull the controller in the direction you want it to go, and it'll do a flip. We'll demonstrate all of that in the flight video, of course. So that's basically it, except for one really important feature. It doesn't look like there's anywhere for the camera to go. Not for the camera, for the your phone to go. But haha, that's where you're wrong, folks. Have a look under here. So basically, we can grab the underneath here, pull that out, and our phone fits nicely in there. My phone, which is a Samsung A5, fits in there, no dramas at all. So that way you can fly FPV, and you can either fly with the controller, in which case you get about 50 to 80 meters distance. If you're flying with Wi-Fi, as in just with your phone, then you'll only get about 40 meters or so, because Wi-Fi is not really great for distance. My preference is always for the controller, but I will show you the phone app as well. Oh, I did forget to mention, of course, can't forget the fact that we do have a brochure, which is fairly comprehensive. This is called, I don't think I mentioned the name of this drone. It is called the 19HW, and I'll put a link down in the description, of course. The 19HW drone, and W standing for Wi-Fi, of course. So as you'll see, it just gives you a basic description, explains about how to fold it in and out, what the different buttons are, and so on and so forth. How to control it, what the camera buttons are, etc., etc. So it comes with that, and also has, if you flip around this way, you can see this explains how to get the app, which there is an app that you can use, which is for Wi-Fi as well. Sorry, for Wi-Fi. An app which is for iOS as well as for Android. So either one will work. And the app is actually called the, what do we call it again now? I've momentarily had a little lapse here. It's the YH-FPV, which you can download for free. I'll put that on my phone, and we'll have a look at that next. So let's talk about the app, the YH-FPV app. Once you've got it downloaded, obviously you'll need to connect it to connect your phone across to the controller and to the quad. Basically, we just open up our Wi-Fi, click on the Wi-Fi, have a look at what's available, and what we're looking for is this Wi-Fi 720p. So it's obviously checking on that one for me, and it's about to connect because I have got the drone on already. The internet's not available. Yes, I did know that. Alright, so we'll get rid of that, and then we open up the app. And the app is this YH-FPV. Click on that, and that's what it looks like when you come up to the first screen. So pardon me. So you press the play button, and as you can see you can actually see me holding the phone there in the screen because the quad's just off to my left. So let's look at some of these buttons. Obviously we've got the press this one for photo and this one for video. Then this one here, this next one over here, is going to allow you to access your photos and videos. So for example, if I just press that, as you can see, it comes up and allows you to click on your pictures or your videos. And this button up here is the back button. So if we go back to that, and you can see the next one along here, this one is says 30%. That's your rates button, the same as I showed you on the controller. You can just change that from 30 to 60 to 100%. So you get your 3 rates for beginners, intermediate, and a bit faster on the last one. This next one down here, it is the altitude hold. So as you saw on the takeoff at the beginning of the video, it will sit at an altitude because it's got a barometric altitude hold. You can turn that off if you don't want to fly with that. Next one along here, this one is the gravity sensor, and what that one is for is so that if you turn that on, for example by pressing that, you'll see now that will allow me, if I was flying with my phone, if I tilt it left it's going to go left, if I tilt it right it's going to go right, tilt it forward for forward and back for back, and so on. So that's a handy little feature if you like flying with the phone app. Okay, we've currently got it set to off, because as you see when I turn it on, that's where you can now fly with the actual control sticks there by moving them up and down, left and right. If you just want to see what you're doing flying with the controller but having your FPV on, then you'd fly like this. Other buttons, we've got the 360 flip button there, and if we click on this one, we've got some other options. You could actually turn the camera around. So that's I'm not sure why you would want to do that, but if you need to, you can flip the camera, basically, that is. Put that back the right way. If you would like to use the VR goggles, you press this button here, which will turn it into a double window. So you slot that into your VP goggles and you can fly FPV, feel like you're actually on the drone. So we'll get out, pardon me, we'll get out of that one. Go back to here. Your other buttons here are this one's for headless mode. Excuse me, goodness me, got a frog in my throat. This one's for calibrating your gyro. And then this last one here is the tracking. And basically what that does, have a look when I click on that one. So that's now giving me some control here, but if I draw a track on this side, the drone will actually fly that track. Watch what happens when I do this. So if I fly here, as you can see, the drone will basically fly that route. Obviously I'm not airborne, so that's not helping me, but if I throttle up and get airborne, it would then follow that track for me. So another lovely little feature. I wish I could go out and fly for you today, but weather's still a little inclement, so let's hope we get another very nice day in the near future and I can show you exactly how wonderful this thing flies. Thanks for watching, and please stay tuned for the video footage of the drone flying once the weather clears up. Really appreciate your time, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already done so, and click that notification button so you'll know when the drone footage has actually been uploaded once this weather finally clears up. I'm Aussie Mark, appreciate your time here, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you on the next one, I hope. Bye for now.